How's it going? Dave from Comic Book Investments. So a lot of you were asking about the results of our last auction that we had. For all of you that don't know, I run an auction on collectorscomics.com, and this was our second one we just did. As you can see there on the screen, it ended on May 14th and 15th, so a little over almost 2 months ago, a month and a half ago. And a lot of people were wondering the results because I did the results of the first one, so it's a little late, but doing the results of this one. To give you an update, basically the first auction we did about $200,000 in sales total. This last one we just did, so the second one, we did a little over 150,000. So less than the first one. We had more stuff, but the stuff that we had up was just not as valuable in the end. I think the first auction we had like a couple Hulk 181s and giant size XMen ones, a lot more bigger books than this one. Like this, we didn't have any giant size. We just had one Hulk 181. But I figured I'd go through the results and we can kind of parse through the data and kind of look at it. So I pulled up a bunch of, I went from like kind of some bigger ones and then kind of worked my way down to like some smaller ones. So you can kind of see the range of how things did. And also, we are running another auction, which starts the beginning of next month. So the beginning of August it starts. So we're still, if you have any consignments you want to send to us, I'll show you how to go through that. But it's 100% free. We literally take nothing. Most websites will take 10, 15, 20, maybe even 30%. We take zero. That's right, zero. No buyer's premium, no seller's fees, no nothing. Why? People always ask. Because we're trying to build a brand and a business, and we're still working on the website. Also, I want to be able to get prices that you can get at a competitor's website, so I'm not going to charge you for that. So basically, you're saving all those fees. So even if the book went a little less on our website, you don't have to pay any fees. We do everything. Take pictures, list it, ship it, all that stuff. All you have to do is ship it to us. Once again, collectorscomics.com. If you want to consign with us, we have one coming up. The deadline is July 18th, so you got, a week and a half, 2 weeks, something like that. Here's the front page. You can consign anywhere. You have to sign up for a website, obviously. So you'd sign up, but if you're signed in, you just hit consign now. It brings you to this. It'll bring up this. You just type in whatever you want. Say SpiderMan 100. Add there. Boom. You got one there. Now you want another? Okay, Batman 100. Same thing. This one's a CBCS. Boom. Whatever it is. Add. And that's there. Now you got two. And then add as many as you want. That's all you do. Any raw ungraded book right up here has to have a fair amount value of $100, or they'll be combined into lots. But you can, any value of any book, CBCS, CGC, PGX, we will accept. You just take that, you hit submit for review. You want your pay amount. This is how you're going to get paid. We'll pay you friends and family, or we'll send out a check through PayPal. Boom. You put in your email address, and you hit save, and then it'll tell you this, this is where you ship it to, do all the stuff. Make sure you print off this packing slip that it gives you, and you put it in the box. We get it in. Boom. That's simple. Okay, on to the auction results. All right, first this was our most expensive book that we had up in auction. This is an X-Men #1. We had a 3.5 Universal graded, and so it sold for $13,200. And since this is a few months old, let's remember we're looking to compare May 15th, around that same time, because that's what it sold. So I pulled up the GPA here. Gives you sales data of different things that have sold. And if you look at here, you can see a 3.5 and what they've gone for. Now, we had one recently sell for $15,000, but we had one in June sell for $13,300. And ours was around May 15th. So here are the ones around May 15th. We had one for $14,000, and then we had one for $13,200. So basically the same price that we had. And if you click that, the $13,200, if this page will ever load, here it goes. It was on Heritage. So Heritage's book on May 9th sold for $13,200. So did ours. That was cool. Now, that to me, this one up here on the, whatever this was on Comic Connect. This one sold for $15,000. But this was many months later. Or a month later, So yeah, so that's kind of encouraging that it sold for basically the same price as a Heritage one around the same time. Even then, Heritage takes like has a 20% buyer's premium. It's like 19 point something. And then on top of that, they take a seller's fee, and that can be anywhere from 5 to 15%. So you could potentially be losing 35%, nearly 35%, sending your books to Heritage. Probably in a book this caliber to Heritage, they'll probably only take 5%, so you're losing roughly around 25% estimate. So, you're looking at another almost $4,000 off that price. So if you sold for 13 grand through Heritage, you're walking away with probably maybe like 9 or 10 is what you're actually walking away with. But with us, once again, you get the full price. So that's that one. Then we got the next biggest book we had. It was a SpiderMan 1. This is an 8.5. Duh. It's a 1.8. Yes. Same, right? Same. A 1.8. Sold for 10 grand on 5/14. Here we go. We got SpiderMan 1 pulled up. And as we can see, went down. But one recently just sold for, what was this on? Probably somewhere. This was on Heritage, sold for $6,800. So way less than what we sold ours for. But again, this was July 3rd. We have to compare it around the same time. Around the same time, one sold May 1st for about $10,000. That was 2 weeks before. 2 weeks after, or like a month after, one sold for about 8 grand. So ours is in line with what they were normally selling for, 10 grand. So yeah, at the time when we sold it, there's only these 3 sales that existed, and it went for pretty much the same as the last one, and close to that one, but basically sold for what I would consider fair market value for it. And again, we don't have any fees. Next, we got a Hulk 181, a 7.5. Let's see. Yep, all good. It sold for $7,009. Very odd number. What do we got here? Hulk 181, 7.5. We're looking around mid-May. So around here. More than those. Not more than that one or that one. There's one also for 7. Okay, so on the higher end for this Hulk 181. Fantastic Four, 48. This is a PGX 6.0. I looked at this book. It's not a 6.0. I'll tell you that. It was like 5 to 5.5. But nonetheless, we'll look at Fantastic Four 48 right here. And we're looking at a 6.0. So a 6.0 during the same time frame. If it was CGC, you're looking at 27, 3,200. So kind of lower. But let's look at a 5.5 during that same time frame. Okay, right around here, 28, 31, about the same as the 6.0. So definitely under. Let's see if it hit a 5.0 price. Looking right around here, a little under the 5.0 price. But yeah, but again, this was PGX. All right, and a lot of you that don't know, PGX does sell for a lot less than CGC. I did a video on it. I can't remember off the top of my head. I think CBCS generally sell for around 12 to 20% less, and PGX is like 30% less or something. I can't remember. You can watch the video I did on it. All right, Daredevil 131, first Bullseye, sold for $1,275. And for a 9.4, right? Was this a 9.4? Yep, 9.4. All right, there's a fly. Way over. Nearly a record for this one. We have an unverified 1,300. During this time, they were selling for about 1,082. Obviously, recently did more than, so it did really well. Not a record, but close to a record price. That's a price. That's cool. Hey, record price. I'm kind of looking at these as the first time as you are. Obviously, I pulled them up, but I didn't really dive into numbers. All right, Showcase 18. This is going to be a little harder book. Not a big, huge key. Second appearance of Adam Strange, sold for $1,000 even. And all our auctions start at $1, no reserve. In case you're wondering, there's no reserve. All started at $1. All right, so an 8.5. The last one to sell an 8.5 was $837. The record price though is almost $2,000. But it's been a long time. The most recent sale we have is February 2022 for 7.0. So hard to say. It's not a record price, but hard to say what the fair market value is of this book. We got Spider-Man 51 in 7.5. Here we go, Spider-Man 51, 7.5. Let's look at what it sell for. Sold for $8.26. During the same time, we're looking at around, there's nothing recent, but you're looking at $8.65, $6.20. Yeah, what it sold for, that's a good price. That's a good price. Obviously, much higher than what the fair market value would be. All right, we got New Mutants 98. Now, this is going to have a lot of sales data to go off of. We sold ours as 9.6. Direct edition, not a newsstand, and it sold for $6.25. New Mutants. Let's look at the numbers here. So we're looking at around mid-May. Yeah, see how much data there is on this one. So right around the same time, ours was $6.25. We got some lower right here, $5.85, $6.05, but we also have some higher, a couple of $6.75s. Some in the 700s, it gets higher and higher. So ours definitely, I would say, is more on the lower end, not the lowest. But again, even if you sold this on eBay, you're looking at, 10% seller's fee, plus you have to pay the payment plan or the payment fee, which is another 3%. So you're losing 13% off of that. So, which, it adds up. We're going to add another $60 to $80 in there. All right, what else we got? Avengers 48 sold for $4.65. Avengers 48, 5.5, around the same time, $4.65, and not the right in the middle. A little higher on the higher end. Definitely earlier in the year, it was selling for much more. Captain America 117 sold for $2.16. It's a 3.0, so lower grade. Let's see how this one does. Captain America 117, 3.0. 217 was on May 3rd, so ours was $1 lower than that. But looking around 240, 240, 300 earlier in the year. So the lowest, oh no, here's one in January for 200. So not the lowest, but towards the lower end. But again, auction books are different than buy it nows. Like if you have a buy it now, they're going to be a lot higher of a sale than an auction. So you kind of have to compare auction to auction, because usually in auctions people are looking for deals. And think about this: if you have a book up, say that Captain America 117, and someone wants $300 for it, and one is an auction, you're not going to pay over $300 for that book because you could just buy it now for $300. So auctions generally go less. The only time auctions go for a lot more if you have a rare and obscure book where there's none available on a buy it now on an eBay marketplace or Heritage or wherever. It's going to sell for it could sell for a ton of money because that's your only option. Your only option is the one in auction. But if there's a ton for on marketplaces for buy it now prices, it's not going to sell for more. All right, this one sold for $3,333. Superman 13. Too bad it wasn't Superman 33. That would have been better. We got a 7.0. Here we go. All right. So these don't sell that often. As you can see, there's only one. So you can see the difference between, I bet this is an auction price probably. Yeah, so that's, the little line on here means that it's, Heritage. So this one sold at Heritage. A 7.5. A 7.5, literally the same time as ours. This was May 12th. Ours was May 15th. And it sold for $32.40 in auction. Ours was a grade lower. This is a 7.5. Ours is a 7.0. Sold for $3,333. But then again, in April, a 7.0 sold for $3,600. So sold for more. It does have a link. Where does this link go to? Is it another auction? Another auction. As you can see, it goes for different prices. Kind of depends who wants it. So these were both Heritage, the 7.5 and the 7.0. The 7.0 sold for $3,600, and then a month later, a higher grade sold for less. XMen 109, 104. Man, I can't read today. Sold for 126 is a 9.0. That's where I got the 9 from. Okay. X-Men 104. What are our sell for? 126. Pretty low. Yeah, very low, actually. So around the same time, you're looking at 176. That's probably an auction price. So is this one. So sold for pretty low. Way under fair market value, I would say. Pretty much sold for... Yeah, sold for like an 8.0 price. Yeah, sold for like an 8.0 price, this 9.0. So, good deals to be had, I guess. So, yeah, oh well. It is what it is. Sometimes it isn't always raindrops and gummy bears, right? No, rainbows and gummy bears. I don't know. Anyways, all right, we got Wolverine. This is the last one. Wolverine number 1, 1988. A 9.2 sold for $101. We got our Wolverine, 1988. 9.2. So let's look around. Mid-May, 125, 168, $90, 125. Also, we got 56, 55, 90. So these are probably auctioned. These books right here, auction. I'm assuming some of these, like the 125, is a buy it now. Some of these may, be misrepresented as newsstand. So let's look at this 155. My comic shop. Nope, sold for $150 plus shipping. Okay, well ours doesn't include shipping in these numbers. So that's, I guess, another thing to remember. So that 155 is actually 150 because this number isn't including shipping. Same with Heritage. They don't include shipping in their numbers. So yeah, I mean, sold higher than some, like all these are under $100, but then sold lower than some. What is the fair market value? The last 90-day average, right? 90-day average is 109. So for an auction book, that's fine. That's fine. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Once again, if you want to consign something, you have a couple weeks to do it, and then we have the cutoff. And we've already started to list some stuff. I haven't even looked at it yet. Let's see how many we have listed so far. Almost about 100. So we got a bunch of stuff up. I'm still going through boxes after boxes after boxes, getting people's submissions up. I know some people have been emailing me, but yeah, I've been going through, getting them up, listed, things like that. So we got some stuff. Got a couple Venoms, 9.6 and a 9.2, a bunch of these. Yeah, still pictures being rendered. Yeah, still working on them. So yeah, still got some stuff up. We'll be listing more stuff. So hope you like this rundown. I'll make sure not to wait so long. I wanted to wait until we opened up consignments for our next auction to do it, and then I kind of forgot about it because I don't want to do it right after. Because right after auction, I'm so busy with so much stuff. So, all right, that's it. Have a good day.